What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chrissy Chaos. We have a kind of serious episode today. I have Mike Cannon here with me. John is here. And you'll notice we also have Jasmine because we have something to tell her. And we want to do it here on the pod. And I wanted Mike here. I wanted John here. I wanted people here.
I hate when he does this.
Mike, John, and I are going to Costa Rica. We're going to Costa Rica.
Oh, we're going to Costa Rica?
No. We're going to Costa Rica. We're doing a podcast. They're guys only. There's us three, and then there's about 20 other guys that are going, and we're doing one kind of big podcast. And we are going to Costa Rica just for a couple of days. And we just wanted, Mike and I wanted to let you know that it's going to be fun. And Mike's wife, Nicole, is going to come over here. You girls can hang out, whatever. We're going to leave our credit cards. But we are going to Costa Rica.
Okay, so good that you're leaving the cards.
Yes.
We'll both pop up in the hotel room.
Can I go to Colombia? Seriously, I want to go to Colombia.
Go to Colombia.
I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
I want to just go to Colombia because I want to see
Chris,
the history of Colombia.
You're a grown man. You can go wherever you want to go.
So I can go to Colombia for the weekend.
I don't know if you're able to come back, but you can definitely go.
Is there any realm of possibility where you'd let me go to Colombia, Costa Rica, or the Dominican Republic with just me and my friends?
Just go.
Can I?
Have you noticed that I don't care anymore?
I actually have noticed that, and it's pissing me off. Why doesn't she care
That's why
anymore?
that's why you're trying to get a rise out of me.
Yeah, you don't care at all anymore.
I know. It's kind of boring, right?
I know.
Fight.
Yeah.
Let's fight.
Now I just she'll come over. I used to hide my phone. Now she comes over and it's just girls' asses clapping on Instagram. And she's like, girl power, love it. That's what she'll say to me. She'll be like, well, you want something to eat, honey? She just doesn't care. So are you having an affair? That's the question.
No, I don't want to be bothered.
You're at that point of the relationship where you just don't even care at all either way?
No.
Indifference.
Don't care.
That's good.
But I love you.
I love you too.
All right.
Now, those aren't prescription, those glasses, or they are?
No, they are prescription, but I was just telling Mike I can't see through.
Yeah, Mike's hair isn't gray anymore.
Dude, imagine I just come in one day, just jet black hair, no discussion.
Don't
hold
do
it.
that.
Hold it. You gotta have put your face
John,
a little closer.
I don't like the gestures you're making at me.
Like last night.
Is this good?
Yeah.
Hello.
So we went to Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia. You thought you were gonna hate it. The kids thought they were gonna hate it. Everybody loved it. And you have found a new love of history, of colonial history.
I wouldn't say I found a love for it.
Right.
But I do like history a lot more than I did in high school.
Here's the
thing.
thing.
Because of you. You make it fun.
Well, the thing is, shout out Christie's. The thing is Colonial Williamsburg, when you go there, if you don't know it, it's a place in Williamsburg, Virginia, where they have restored, it's basically it's 15 block square radius of just preserved colonial American history that what it was like in colonial America around George Washington's time. Yes, we're going to get to this.
But those look like smiling black people.
Yes. Yeah. So it is pretty much if someone was like, how do you describe it? It's basically the glory days for white people. It's when we were number one, by crazy. And I reminded Jasmine, when we were in that Colonial Williamsburg designated area, she was my property. And that's what it is. And we were making believe that she was Pocahontas and I was John Smith. And here's the thing, a lot of kids don't know, Pocahontas did have a butterfly tit-tat. Pocahontas smoked Newports. I'm kidding. No,
I've never smoked.
Huh?
I've never smoked cigarettes before.
You don't smoke cigarettes, actually.
No, it's disgusting.
No, I really was, what I was honestly happy for, obviously I'm kidding, it's a great place to go.
And I would love for you to try to say that I'm your property at any point in time, anywhere in life.
No, the problem with her is I'll joke around with that and obviously looking for a reaction from her to be stop, don't, and hit me. And because obviously I'm just kidding, but she'll go, that turns me on. So that's what it is. See, look at her grabbing her ear because it's the truth. It's the truth. She'll I'll say stuff like that and she'll be like, yeah.
Well, you know why I do that? Because it confuses you. You don't know how to respond to that.
Listen, there's one that you've never met anyone who's more confused than me.
I know. No, I know.
You
keep me guessing.
But what's crazy about Colonial Williamsburg, it is really a great place. But me, Jazz, and even the kids notice this. You know, they have everybody's playing a character, but then they don't have slaves. It's not that, but they have black people going around doing jobs that you would think a slave would do. Remember, like we saw them going around on like the horse and carriage. They were like doing the work on the farm. So I was like, that's a little, you don't have to do that.
That was a little weird.
That was kind of weird, right? Unless we were misinterpreting
also like,
it.
No, but it's also like, you know, you're reenacting like history and you're trying to be like accurate.
Right.
So I don't know. How do you feel about that, Mike?
You know, that's a tough gig to cast. I don't know. You know, I assume that actors in Salem, Massachusetts are hurting for work, so they'll probably pick up any kind of, you know,
anything, yeah.
any daytime gig they can.
Bro, let me tell you something. The heat in Colonial Williamsburg was like
oppressive.
Yes, dude. You've never felt it before. I mean, they were firing muskets and cannons, just dressed in full wool. The swamp ass in that city has to be number one. There might be alligators coming out of these guys' asses at the end of the day.
Well, that, like, I mean, it just goes, people talk about it all the time, but the smell of that period of time, like, there's no way that they can duplicate that, but it all just must have smelled like open wounds.
Well, so that's why a bridal bouquet, we learned this, a bridal bouquet, you would that like, you know,
the origin of it.
The origin of it. That's why they throw the flowers, because on their wedding day was like such a horrible smell, like in wedding dresses and stuff like that. You would just stink, that they would have bouquets of flowers like all around them, so like they would try to mask the smell a little bit, and then it just turned into like, you know, ceremonial.
And also the fans. They were fanning away the smell. It wasn't like for the heat.
Holy shit.
You know, it's another cool thing we learned about.
Why is that Sagalo in a dress?
The other cool thing we learned about gambling. So do you know why gambling was illegal? So gambling was illegal, and it's now obviously becoming legal, but was pretty much illegal because during these times, colonial times, like when we were fighting for our independence, the U.S. government felt if you have money to gamble, you have money to give to the cause. So they outlawed it. You couldn't gamble because they were like, you're not going to lose your money. You're going to give it to us for the army. So
That's wild.
Yeah.
So every excess, how did they check that though? Like, how did they go around being like, do you have excess funds to give to
honestly, dude, it was too hot to listen. We got 10 minutes into a ghost tour, and Violet, our 3-year-old, was going nuts, and I was like, let's fucking leave, and we went into a bar.
Yeah.
That's what the only mistake I made is trying to schedule all these tours with little kids. That's not, I mean, look at this dope. Fucking look at this Colonial Williamsburg guy. He's got a mask on. What an asshole.
I am a 16th century cock.
Dude, it is so funny too. We were on one of these tours, and I heard they were doing they were giving like a ghost tour, and they said like this, because there's just ghost tours all around you, and the tour guide was saying, and a man, 25-year-old man, died right here on the spot, no known cause, but his ghost haunts this area. And then the one guy, any questions or whatever, and the guy was like, was he vaccinated? He died right on the spot. Was he vaccinated? And I was like, what a dick.
I love how Chris looks around like, what a dick, but it was him that yelled
It was me. But what, by the way, you look beautiful today.
Thank you.
So you also are concerned because you haven't been pregnant in 3 years. So Jazz actually genuinely thinks that there's a condition. She wants to know, like, should she go to the guy? Does she have a fibroid? Why has she not been pregnant in 3 years?
I really do feel that way. Or I'm going through menopause.
Which you're actually welcoming.
Oh, I would love it.
She wants to induce it.
Yeah. What is the negative to it? Like, and this is speaking from ignorance. I'm not saying like women constantly complaining. I'm just saying like, what is the negative lead up to it outside of not being able to give birth? Like, I know hot flashes exist and stuff like that.
Yeah, honestly, you probably know more than I do. I don't know. I'm just like, just bring it on. I don't
I feel
care.
like
I just don't want to have any more kids.
Puerto Rican women don't go through menopause, though. I don't think they, like, you think your mom's really went through.
That's a valid point. Like, I
don't think they do.
know anybody who's, that's why I don't know anything about it. Like, I don't know anyone in my family who's actually, like, been through it.
Yeah.
What's the race of the oldest woman to ever give birth?
I guarantee
my
you
God,
it's all right, here's what I'm going to guess. Kenyan.
Oh.
Kenyan.
I'm going to go Chinese.
Okay. Jazz? What's the guess?
And I think in the 70s, maybe 80s.
I'm gonna say someone like Spanish. I don't know.
Okay. Who was it?
Oh.
You were right. Oh, Uganda.
Uganda. Wow.
Wow.
Well done.
Whoa.
There it is.
Well done.
She gave birth
70.
to twins.
That's
Wow.
wild, man.
Good for her.
How did she live through that?
70. Whew.
Damn, girl.
Yeah. Oh, so vaginal dryness was a big one.
Right.
For that stinks. That right as soon as you can't. That's like taking medication for hair loss that also affects
Wow,
your
look
erection.
at that. Look at that,
This
Jazz.
conversation's making me uncomfortable.
Look at that. Vaginal dryness. Being in a relationship
I
with
really don't.
being in a relationship
Let's
with me is
not look this
preparing
up.
you for menopause. Vaginal dryness, depression,
Look, moodiness and
during sex,
irritability.
moodiness, irritability, brain fog, chills. Literally, you dating me is menopause. You started menopause 10 years ago. Sleep disturbances. I'm always waking up with my farts. You look like you
There's
just.
maybe like 2 on there that I haven't experienced.
Then we went to Busch Gardens, which I love Busch Gardens because it's an actual theme park. It's themed. I said
I
that
wanna hear
20
that again.
times to her throughout the trip, and she doesn't want to hear me say it anymore.
What does that mean in terms of that? There's a lot of
Like
bushes.
different.
Yes, Busch Gardens. I know that they always say like the best strip clubs are in Tampa, and I was like, what do they call it? Busch Gardens. And so Busch
I like that.
Thank you. And the crowd at Side Splitters in 2016 did not. And are my shorts too high? What do you think? Should I
Oh
start
my
showing
God!
some ass
Finish a
cream?
thought.
5-inch shorts. I like it.
So, what do you think of that?
Sexy.
You like that? So, I thought Busch Gardens was.
See, he doesn't know what to do.
I thought Busch Gardens was great because. Oh, is this, who is it?
Kitties are here.
Uh oh.
All right.
That really, Jasmine really just pointed out her own technique and how well it works because you did skip.
Yeah. Busch
right.
Gardens was
Well, I'm
great.
outta here.
Why?
My kids are home.
Please don't go.
I gotta go. The kids are here.
Busch
I need to tend
Gardens.
to my
Wait,
children.
but just tell everyone what you've been up to.
I've been up to taking care of the kids. I gotta go.
You took a spin class with John's girlfriend.
Oh, she came to my class. She's really cute. You did good.
Yeah.
No, she said she had a lot of fun.
She's cute. She's really strong. She kept up.
Yeah. She said actually she came home. She's like, I can't believe John got a girl like that cute. She was like, I thought he was retarded.
Way out of your league.
Hey, come on in.
But,
Go
but
in.
good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I'm
Hi,
outta here.
Violet. Where you going?
I gotta go.
Are you gonna go get our other daughter? Okay, hold on. Here we are, and we're back. Hi, sweetie. Were you sleeping, Violet? Little baby. Oh no. Tristan. So yeah, so she thought we liked Busch Gardens because it's so like like you go through the park and there's different sections of the park. This park, every section is a different country.
Oh, cool.
So like the rides in the there's like rides in the Italian section that are like they have this ride Escape from Pompeii.
Mm-hmm.
It's a water ride where like like Pompeii, like the volcanic
volcano.
eruption.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a water ride. It like goes up and then it goes through Pompeii. It's like
sick.
statues are falling, earthquakes, fires burning, and then you fall down.
That's
like this
awesome.
thing, and then you get splashed, soaking wet. Then they have like
Are you a ride guy?
the roller coasters at Busch Gardens were some of the best rides I've ever been on in my entire life. I cannot recommend Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, or I think it's Williamsburg, Virginia, or Virginia. Busch Gardens, Virginia. I cannot recommend it enough. It is awesome.
No kidding. All
Dude,
right.
go. You should
Deal.
go.
I mean, I've seen like I saw the old commercial. I haven't even heard that it's an active place in a long time.
Are you a ride guy?
I am a scared ride guy, meaning that I wait online, I complain the entire time, I'm very nervous, and then once I get on it, I'm like,
Same
let's
with
do
me.
it again.
Yeah.
Like I'm my anticipatory anxiety
Yeah.
is some of the worst of any adult I've ever met.
By the way, Jasmine feels like she's this close to ending it all.
What do you mean?
I mean, that energy was, she does not want to be here, and it's not just talking about the podcast. So, I mean, Jesus Christ, she's finished.
How was it as like family? Like the kids liked
The kids
Colonial
loved it.
Williamsburg?
They really did. I thought the kids liked Colonial Williamsburg. They had a good time. You know, they have cool stuff there for kids. They're holding muskets. They're shooting cannons.
Yeah.
Me and Tristan are watching them shoot cannons. And then Tristan and I went on all the rides together at Busch Gardens. So they definitely like that the best. But I thought they were not going to like Colonial Williamsburg, but they do. They really we're like, this is cool. Like,
Yeah.
because, it's cool to go back in time. They were showing them how they used to make candy. They were showing, my daughters, little, ways they used to make, for example, obviously there was no technology back then. So, a game that they used to play is they would take, this big wooden wheel and this stick and just hit the wheel down the road on the stick and, run back and forth with it. And it's fun. They would get...
Were you guys playing it?
No, we were supposed to, but then... See, the thing is, I think in just about maybe next year, the year after, when Violet, who's 3 now, is about 5, it'll be a bit easier. She's still just at that age where she will not do anything. She won't sit still.
Yeah.
She runs the other directions. It kind of becomes you can only do so much. But I think if she was a little bit older, then it'll be. I mean, it was great now, but I think it'll get even better.
Isn't it funny? Doesn't it speak to where we're at in terms of excesses as society that we're hitting a fucking wooden circle with a stick and being like, this is not bad. This is way better than just scrolling aimlessly, just thinking about all the negativity in the world. This is actually, I'm in the moment and I'm playing with wood.
One of the tour guides talked about that. He said a lot of people feel so relaxed here because there's no technology.
Yeah. Is it an actual dead zone? That'd be kind of cool.
No, I think you could still get good service, but if you're a reenactor, actor or actress there, they let you live on the grounds and you can have a cell phone and a laptop or and a TV, but you live in the houses, on the main road, so it can't be visible from the street.
Oh, wow.
So you can't have any known technology in your house, but you're allowed to have it.
Man, that's it's real strict rules to have on some of the less fortunate actors. You know what I'm saying? A lot of real strict living conditions, reenacting some, historical black eyes.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's I'm already I want it to be the new fucking John Wick. And I'm working in Colonial Williamsburg. Now I can't even have a laptop. I'm going to kill myself in front of the visitors. I'll kill myself in front of one of these families.
Did they talk about any of the actors or the people characters being the longest tenured? Are there people that have been there that have lived a substantial chunk of their lives in Colonial Williamsburg?
They haven't. They didn't talk about that, but they will not break character. So I heard a guy being because there's just colonial people standing around, doing whatever, and you could ask them questions, and whatever their expertise is, they'll answer that. So, if you could just walk up to a random guy and be like, oh, what do you do? He'll be like, oh, I'm a blacksmith. And then he'll talk to you about that. And, you just learn different facts. And then some people they won't announce it, but some people, they're playing the part of that person in whatever year they've designated for that day. So, you can randomly talk to, John Adams from 1775.
Oh, sick.
And then, but you don't know it's John Adams unless you talk to him. It's kind of like those games where it's you kind of get to open up a box, a player, and it's starts talking to him.
Right.
But I heard this one guy, somebody went up to him and was like, honestly, to the colonial guy, he was like, honestly, I mean, really, your people, let's say you were alive right now. Let's say they were alive back then. Would you be Trump or Biden? Honestly, who would you go? Would you go Trump or Biden? And the guy was like, I've never heard of either one. Who are these guys? Because he plays that game. He's like, I've never heard. He's like, well, right now, everyone seems to be talking about George Washington to be the president.
Dude, I think that's actually a character I might slip into in real life. If somebody just asked me who I'm voting for, I'd be like, what is this? What is this modern day in which you speak?
What do you mean?
Actually, I do know Joseph Biden. He was alive in the 1700s.
Dude, I'm really excited for you, by the way, to be having your second kid, because now you actually have kids. Once you have, if you have one kid, it's you don't even actually really have a kid.
You are not
now
the first person.
Kids, dude.
You're not the first person to say that,
dude. When you have this second, dude, having 3 kids It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Even though,
Can't you see why my parents hit me?
yeah,
Like truly just
Bro.
rolling 3 deep.
because even though, like, obviously, I have a 3-year-old, it's the littlest one, and then a 9-year-old and a 13-year-old, so they can like do stuff for themselves and we're independent. But it's still everybody's pulling you in different directions.
Yeah.
When you go on vacation, everybody wants to do different things, and if you pick whatever task you pick, you're pissing off multiple
Yes.
people in your family that don't know how to deal with emotions yet and are just going to be sad and pout and miserable, and you just have to deal with that at that age. And now that you're going to have your second kid, it's just you really are now going to be like you're because you've only had your attention on crew.
Yeah.
But now when the baby cries,
Yeah.
you're going to have to put your attention to them, and that crew's not going to know how to process that.
I know.
How would a 5-year-old know how to process that?
Well,
and you're going to deal with this.
The good thing is I have plenty of practice with my father-in-law. Dude,
Yeah.
he is literally my second toddler. It's unbelievable.
Can we play the clip?
Yeah, I'll play the audio to it. But the other day,
Well, can we send it to John and he puts it on the big screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, send it to
The
John.
other day, I'm hanging out at my wife's house.
I was
and
dying laughing at
We're
this.
we're all just having a good time by the pool, hanging out, whatever. And crew is like newly swimming. He's very excited about it. It's all constant. Dad, look, all that stuff. So I'm really excited to look and to watch. But I have my father-in-law being, Dad, look, Dad, I'm telling a story, Dad,
Yeah.
hammered. And when I'm like, all right, dude, like, let me look at my son. He might drown.
Yeah.
He's like, actually throwing a fit. And I'm just like, get out of my life right now. But it also, I had to walk away at one point. Because it was just one of those things where he threw his hands up, my father-in-law, and I'm trying to give my son like specific attention, and he's just like tugging on my arm, and I go, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
And I just got up and walked away, and Nicole's like, what's going on? I was like, I gotta go for a walk. And I'm like in 115 degree weather, walking around the neighborhood and coming back, looking like I have a heat stroke.
Dude, look at this. Oh, you posted on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is hilarious. Listen to this.
There's one way to do it. Wear rubber gloves. There's no way, it's impossible to wipe your ass with the opposite hand. It's impossible. No, there's one way to
And by the way, that was an organic moment. I didn't start recording because of what he was speaking about.
Yeah.
I was recording my son because I love him.
Right.
And my father-in-law jumped in with, it's impossible. And I'm like, what are you, like, I looked at him like, what are you talking about? He's like, wiping your ass with your opposite hand. And I'm like, that was a topic of conversation like a month ago.
Why did he even bring that up? And why is he talking about rubber gloves?
All he does is compare injuries. I'm like sitting there, somebody came over, family, and was like, oh, how's your hand from the car accident? And I'm just like, oh, it's okay. And he's like, you want to hear a real injury? He's like, I sodded off my wrist when I was 18 and I continued working for the rest of the day. And I'm like, I get it, man. I'm a pussy. Nothing I do adds up to what you do and whatever. Let's continue moving on. But it's like everything that I have or anything that is brought up in conversation, he then brings up almost a funnier, bigger victim story, which is funny because the thing he hates the most is professional victims.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What so that was
That was July 5th.
That was that was July 5th.
Yeah.
But so for July 4th I did fireworks in Colonial Williamsburg. For your July 4th, you would listen to Mario talk about wiping his ass with a rubber glove. Folks, you know me. You know that I always like talking about fasting. We're learning about the benefits of fasting, weight loss, mental, physical performance, gut health. But they worry about the whole not eating part, right? Because that's the thing. It's like we can talk all this, gut health and fasting, but I want to eat. I like to eat. Well, that's exactly why Prolon was created. Okay? Introducing Prolon, a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. That's crazy. So it's plant-based, but it makes the cells think that they're fasting. So you're actually eating, but you're fasting. Research and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute and backed by leading U.S. medical said, hold on. I need to take my allergy medicine. Prolon helps promote health. Prolon helps promote healthy blood sugar, support cardiovascular health, and reduce abdominal fat. Okay, will it help with this pimple? Yo no sé. It probably will. Prolon helps. I mean, listen, because here's the thing. It's not a diet. It's a science. Science based on Nobel Prize winning discoveries in medicine. And it all starts with the Prolon's 5-day program. Snacks, soup, and beverages are all designed to keep your body in a fasting state. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. Thousands of doctors now recommend Prolon to support healthy blood sugar and cardiovascular health. Right now, Prolon is offering Distefano presents Chrissy Chaos listeners. That's the new name of my show. Distefano presents Chrissy Chaos listeners. We are offering them, Prolon is offering them, just for listening to the show, 15% off the 5-day nutrition program. Okay? So you just got to go to prolonlife.com/chaos. That's PROLON life.com/chaos for this special offer. That's PROLONLIFE.com/chaos for this special offer. 15% off. Go get your Prolon on. KiWiCo, oh KiWiCo, how I love my KiWiCo. KiWiCo is the best thing ever, okay? It is the number one way, in my opinion, to get our kids off their devices and get them making a project with the family. I've done it. My daughters and I have made multiple projects from KiWiCo. We made a volcano. We made a lava lamp. Made a pinball machine. It's awesome. I love KiWiCo. Whether you're staying at home or heading out summer exploration, on summer explorations, KiWiCo is inviting kids and kids at heart to enjoy their first ever summer adventure series. Ooh, this is a new one. Kids from 2-year-olds to teens can receive 6 hands-on science and arts projects kits over 6 weeks with enriching content and fun activities to accompany each project. KiWiCo has something for everyone and offers different topics for each age. Whether your child wants to explore space or learn about dinosaurs, KiWiCo got you covered, baby. KiWiCo encourages kids to get outside, explore, and stay off their screens, okay? Awesome projects from the Summer Adventure Series like the Bottle Rocket Kit, where kids build an actual bottle rocket, help to turn the outdoors into a playground of learning and fun. The Summer Adventure Series is a personalized experience. You'll be surprised at how high quality the materials are, too. These are real engineering, science, and art projects for children, real ones, convenient and personalized. You can either receive all of your Summer Adventure crates at once or weekly for 6 weeks. I like the weekly for 6 weeks because my kids just keep getting surprised, and I love it. Right now, build the best summer ever with KiWiCo. Get 20% off your Summer Adventure Series at KiWiCo.com/summerchaos. That's 20% off your summer adventures at KiWiCo.com/summerchaos. That's KiWiCo.com/summerchaos. Go do it. I love it. What's the Nathan's Hot Dog Challenge? What happened there?
Oh, can I ask a question real quick
Yes.
about July 4th? So did you light off fireworks or do you do that?
No.
You don't? Okay. So you haven't had to have a conversation about like fireworks safety
No.
with your kids?
I'm too scared to do it.
So I think I may have caused like everlasting permanent damage to Crew.
What happened?
Because he just kept running towards the firework, you know, and I was, he was far enough away where it was never an immediate danger, but I kept like being like, buddy, I'm telling you, like you're at risk. Like just play it more safe than you're doing right now. Just whatever. And then finally it got to the point where I was like, I showed him Jason Pierre-Paul's hand.
Yeah.
Like not freshly blown up, but I was like, this is what happens when you get too close to a firework. And it's the healed hand, but it's all, you know, mangled and whatever. And he has not brought it up since I showed him.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, he's like, Dad, so what happened to that guy's hand? Why is his hand fireworks? That happens to everybody. Is it going to happen to you next year?
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it, I really opened up Pandora's box by just like trying to show consequence, but clearly at way too young of an age.
Yeah, I mean, I'm scared of fireworks. I've never done anything like that. I've never done fireworks, fishing. I don't know how to show my kids how to do anything.
We're getting Crew a fishing rod for his birthday.
Sean just went fishing in Central Park yesterday.
No kidding.
And he said, we're going to do a podcast episode, Fishing in the Fountain in Central Park.
Can I come?
Did you know that you could go fishing in Central Park?
Yeah.
You knew that?
I did know that, actually.
Have
Weirdly
you
enough.
done it?
No, never. I heard that was a thing in some areas. It's definitely not allowed in all areas. That's crazy.
Catfish.
In Central Park. And he said Asian people will come and offer him money to keep it.
Really?
If they throw it, he would never eat that, but the Asian people want to eat it. Right?
Yep. 100%, yeah.
Did you give it away?
No. They just like, you take, shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
They will eat anything.
Dude, I love that your hair is progressively becoming Latino.
Dude, look
The
at
more
your hair.
women
you
you
look
date.
like broccoli.
Pretty much, yeah. It gets really curly.
Dude, it looks great. Your hair looks great.
Thank you, man.
I mean,
Appreciate that.
handsome. That is a
You are a
handsome
handsome
picture.
kid.
Yeah.
You don't even have to work out.
Thank you. But yeah, the subway.
Look,
subway
it was on the subway with a fishing pole, and this Chinese woman was taking a picture of him, sneaking a photo across the
That
thing.
is so funny,
Yeah.
dude.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because it
Me
looks
and
like
my
you're
buddy.
just taking a picture of your cock.
But here, look. So you see, guys, where we were, Bethesda Fountain. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably like 8 fish.
That's crazy. You went last night. Is your hand bleeding?
No, it's a fish, unfortunately.
love to see you fishing.
Huh?
I would love to see you fishing.
We're going.
It's pretty easy with those, like just the button cast.
Dude,
and
we
you
were
could definitely do
using
it.
corn.
Really?
Corn,
Yeah.
oats, and strawberry syrup.
And it was working.
That
Absolutely.
actually sounds like I want to eat that. Can you make that, Jess? Can you make us two fish baits? Corn, oats, and strawberry syrup. Violet, do you want to be Daddy's little fish bait? That's what happens sometimes. Like when you have a 3-year-old, she's so cute, you just go, yeah!
You can't formulate
You
words.
just like, she must think I'm so constipated because every day I'm like, oh! I'm just like in pain. Yeah, dude, I want to go fishing. I want to start to learn how to fish, how to barbecue, how to do jujitsu. I want to just do things that my kids are gonna like finally like look up to me for.
yeah.
Because I don't have any of that stuff. And my dad really didn't do. And that's the thing. It's not like I'm. Because my dad never did that stuff with me, and it's not like I don't look up to him. I do. So I guess like you don't have to do that, but there's like a thing inside me where I'm like, I want to do that. Because like I do remember still like my dad when I was like 10 said, I'm 39. My dad when I was 10 said he was going to take me whitewater river rafting, and he never did. So, but there's still like times where like he'll randomly call me and I'm like, he's gonna take me out. Like I've never brought it up, but I'm like, this is gonna be it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
29
cool.
years.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
You've
is
done it?
awesome.
Yeah, no, in Boy Scouts, I'm an Eagle Scout, so I did like
Whoa.
all that shit. I'm just saying.
Did you get molested?
No, I got close, but
Really?
no, I mean, there's some creepy dudes there.
No
Not a lot,
kidding.
yeah, for
Did
sure,
you have to
for sure.
like actively avoid it?
No, they. I think our troop was ahead of the curve, and they
Okay.
were like they'll publicly talk about, it, especially like this. I was at the age where it was already,
That makes
like,
it, yeah.
well known. Like,
Well, yeah, we walked so you can run. Exactly. We got molested so you could be, molest free.
We waddled so you could run. That's cool to be an Eagle Scout. Like, don't you just feel like good? Because it was interesting. I forgot who I was talking to, but somebody was talking about anxiety and was like, if you're a man with anxiety, it's because you can't protect yourself. That's what it's coming down to. Like men who can protect themselves feel less anxiety than men who can't.
Tell that to Alexander Volkanovsky, who just said he had like intense mental health struggles in between fights. He's like the greatest 145 or 155 pound fighter ever. And he openly was like, I have massive amounts of anxiety. Like I have depression, that whole thing.
Right.
So I think we've talked about it before where I think there is a level of like social calm to people that can care for themselves. I don't know if it knocks all of that completely out of your system.
Right. Yeah. But do you feel, because you can like build stuff and good with your hands, like you feel like powerful?
not powerful, but maybe
Capable?
maybe a tad more secure. I don't know. Like,
Have you read the book Hatchet?
yes.
Do you think if you were dropped into the woods with a hatchet or whatever,
This is
how long?
We had the exact same conversation last night fishing. Me and my twin brother.
okay.
Last night,
About Hatchet?
no, about like how long we could survive. Like if we got dropped in the woods, like I was like, yo, like if me and you were just catching catfish, how long? He's like, I think a long time, like a few weeks probably at least. Like, just
You could catch. You're confident you could catch your food.
if I like went out there with tools and supplies, yeah, for a little while.
Do you watch Alone?
No, but
Alone
I
is-
have seen it. I've seen it once or twice. But
We should do a controlled Alone.
I
the
watch
two
like
of us.
Naked and Afraid. You guys should do your own Naked and Afraid.
We should do it at separate areas of the woods, but the goal is to find each other and bang.
Wait, because what is Alone is dropped into the woods with nothing?
Into the Alaskan wilderness with, I think, 10 or 20 items, including like bow and arrow, knives, like, you know, all of that stuff. So you really have to mix and match and choose from the approved list of things you have to bring. And they put you out in the middle of Alaska, remote ass area, or Canada. And then they leave you alone there with your own camera equipment. So you don't even have a cameraman, a crew, nothing. You're setting up your tripod, you're wearing a camera, you're charging everything, all of that. And then you have no idea how long or how well the other people are living in their remote areas. And you just have to survive for as long as humanly possible while just assuming you're winning.
Do you have like a flare gun? Like, how do you?
So
like,
you have to call, you have a
okay.
satellite phone where you can tap out, and they call in, they're like, I officially tap out. And it takes down like ex-Marines that have been like, I've survived in the deserts of Egypt with like a canteen and a buck knife, and then they're sent
Wait a
into
second.
Alaska and they have a tough time.
But
It's
how
wild.
long do they do this for?
So there was one.
There's got to be a time limit.
No, well, one season was like, can you make it to 100 days? And that was this one guy that was incredible. He built this entire house out of rock and then killed a muskox with a knife.
Wow.
Dude,
A wild ox.
A wild muskox dove off of a thing, stabbed it, took it down, and then looked into his camera like just like a maniac. But it just shows them all, they battle, like, because they're hunting. But you have to assume, you have to remember that you're not the only hunting animal. So you're actually hunting against mountain lions.
Yeah.
Like, so you're not the top predator, even though you have bow and arrow, all this shit, because the mountain lions, not only are they born there, they know the terrain, but they also have better skills than you.
And they'll you're food to them.
And they will eat your ass.
Because
too.
they don't know that you're human. They
Not
just
at
think
all.
you're something else.
Totally. So, I mean, that is like, it's my
Guns?
favorite show. No, so they have bow and arrow. I think they each get equipped with bear spray, but like, especially in the last one that they had, it was in like a place called Grizzly Island. Like, it had thousands of grizzly bears all over it. So they had to be ready.
And then when you win, you just win a bunch of money.
500 grand, I think. So when you win, it's crazy, dude, because they don't tell you. They don't tell you how you're doing,
so-
how many people are even left. So you might be 70 days in, completely isolated and
frustrating,
alone, and you're like, there might be 10 people, I might have just won, I have no idea. They show up to your camp for a health check where they basically check your vitals and see if you have enough fat to live on, and sometimes they show up with your wife and you just won $500,000.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So do they ever run into each other out
Never.
there, or because they're hundreds of miles apart?
They're so spread out, and I think they're given like a specific parameter where they can hunt and fish. But all of them, they set up this thing called a gill net, which they have to tie and make themselves out of string, which is passive fishing. So they put that out there, and that basically fishes while they're going around the island. Then they'll build their own fishing rods, like a wood spool, a crank, a rod, string, the whole thing, build it like Mowgli, and then actively catch fish, and then also have like snares. They're bow and arrowing squirrels, rabbits, and going for big game as well. But it's like, it's compelling. I love
that shit.
I
That
have
is so
so
fun.
much. There's a part of me that will never exist, but there's a part of me where it's like, that's my destiny of living in the woods, Ted Kaczynski style,
Right.
writing my musings about society, and also shooting, innocent animals
honestly,
in the face.
first night, as soon as it got dark out, I would be done. I need to sleep with all the lights on, or at least the TV on right now. I can't sleep in the middle of the Alaskan wilderness by myself. Not even animals. I'd think like it's haunted, ghosts. Like, that's what So I fear that stuff when the real thing is like, no, a polar bear is going to eat you alive. But I genuinely, truly in my heart do not think I can make it one night.
Well, there's this season, they might have a clip of it, but this guy comes out, he's like, man, it's loud out there. And he like takes a step outside of his shelter, and it's just 80-mile-per-hour winds. And he's like, just getting hit by winds. He's like, it's crazy. And he just goes back inside. He's like, I don't know if my shelter's going to survive this. I don't know if I should call for help right now. Like, just kind of hunkering down and waiting until the morning to see, like, assess basically what just happened.
Does anyone like tap out immediately?
I think some guy got hurt immediately, and really after talking a fair amount of shit too. It just like, just like I've basically been grown in the woods. Like I have to survive for myself. I've been homeless since I was 8. And then 6 minutes in, they're like, I sprained my ankle.
He rolled his ankle on a rock. Oh God, I love that guy. What a dick.
When I was in Boy Scouts, I had to take the Wilderness Survival Badge, and it's similar, just at a much smaller scale, and it's all minors. So they send you out into the woods, and you'll basically walk down a trail that just goes through the empty forest, and one by one they tell one of the kids to go off, and that's your zone for the night, and you're staying there.
Wow.
I think you get 5 matches and some string to start a fire.
Okay.
And you get an emergency blanket, which is basically just like tin foil that kind of reflects the heat back in your body.
The marathon blanket thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And kids tapped out probably before the sun even set.
No kidding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
kids especially. Did you ever? So you never did? I mean, you did when you were a kid. You went camping and stuff.
It was probably 15, 16.
Did you camp before you joined Eagle Scouts as I'm interested in this?
Yeah, no, I mean, kind of my parents signed me up, but I mean, that was different. Most of the time you have a tent and a sleeping bag and everything you need. Wilderness survival, it's exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to start a fire. I just sat there alone.
Dude, before I moved, so I lived in Fort Montgomery 1 through 9. Born in the city, lived in Fort Montgomery right outside of West Point 1 through 9. I had best friends in that neighborhood. So before I moved up to Rockland, it was essentially me saying goodbye to them forever. We all went camping, and they were all older boys. So I was 9. They were all minimum 11 to 13-ish. And we went camping in the deep woods with knives, hatchets, all this shit. My mom the other day reminded me of it and was like, I don't know why or how I let you even do that. You were 9. Right. I wouldn't let my son do that. And also, that was the first dick I ever saw.
Nice.
Yeah. Older kid Ryan pulled his cock out in the middle of that camping trip. And I was like, yes. And I was like, that's not what mine looked like. The jump from 9 to 13.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Wait, Jazz. Just for 1 second, we want to just play a voicemail that needs your advice. Just sit over there for 1 second. All right. So obviously, you can always leave a voicemail. What's that number again? 347-343-3321. 347-343-3321. Ask us anything you want. Relationship advice, sexuality advice, life advice, tax advice. Well, not tax advice, but I mean, whatever. DM me. I'll give you tax advice, even though I don't know what I'm talking about. Here we go. So here's a quick voicemail, quick little VM with John's Latino hair. I love your dude. Your hair, it's amazing. It's 70s porn.
Hi, Chrissy. This is Yanni from the Bronx. I'm in a very similar situation as you and Jazz, and I'm dating a gringo. I wash my underwear in the shower, and I leave it up to dry. It's a very Latina thing to do. Do you have any advice for me to give him to help him understand this habit? Okay, love you. Bye.
Jazz hates her. Yeah.
No, she's cute.
She's
innocent.
cute. She's nice. I like her.
Washing your underwear in the shower.
What is she saying? She washes her underwear in the shower and then hangs them up to dry?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Did you used to do that?
I still do that sometimes.
You actually do that. Does Nicole do this? Where every time we go away, all our bathing suits and anything that's wet, she just hangs it in the shower over the shower.
Have to, so it can dry out, so it's not sitting in a soggy pile somewhere.
I have soggy piles of bathing suits from last summer sitting in my bag.
Yeah, those have growths all over.
So wait, so what is her question? Is it a problem that for the gringo to see that?
She needs help explaining why she does that.
Yeah, and I think her culture in general.
But is that a cultural thing?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I'll say, as the one person who is with a white woman here,
the minority.
You're the real
minority.
Yeah, she's never done that. You've known her forever. So
I know. Yeah, I don't think I've never seen her really get in there with her own underwear and then dry it out. But I don't know. There's stuff hanging everywhere, so it might be. It could have been. Who knows?
Does Nicole, when dishwashing soap is getting low or soap, does she fill it up with water so you have more dishwashing soap and?
Yeah, that is definitely. Okay. I mean, that's more my move than it is her move because I'm from a low class family.
Right?
So, do you do that?
But you're just not. You're not wasteful. There's a lot of soap still left in the bottle. You just gotta shake it up.
No, I get it. I don't know that. I don't know that the drying your underwear in the shower is a cultural thing. Hi, honey.
Would you
Come
feel
here.
okay if Chris washed the snail trail out of his boxer briefs in the shower and then just hung it over the
I
sink?
would be so happy if he did that because I feel such an embarrassment. Like if we send clothes out to laundromat to be washed, I'm so embarrassed to like send that out. Like, yes, this is coming from my household.
Right. I know, because who has more shit stains, me or the kids? Honestly.
I can't keep track. I don't know.
Do you? No, if I just laid our underwear inside out and you couldn't see the size, would you be able to guess whose is who, or this could be mine or the kids?
No, I know yours. Yours usually have holes in them.
That's true. Sometimes she will now take underwear of mine and just throw them out. I'm like, where are those red
Yeah,
underwear?
you're
She's like, they had a
welcome.
hole the size of your ass on them, and I'm like, those are my favorite underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like sometimes it's like I'm not even wearing underwear. I'm just wearing like an elastic band.
Yeah, you're wearing like the spider web of a once great pair.
It's like
I
I'm
don't
dressed
know.
like I'm like a Native American woman like living in the forest.
Are we gonna put a little pop up in front of
Yeah.
in front of this?
Hi. Violet, you have anything to say to anyone? How was school? I mean, how was hanging out with Miss Teresa? Okay.
She's in a mood.
Is she? She's tired?
Yeah. I don't.
She had a good time.
All right. Well, to answer her question, well, sometimes the underwear is too delicate to like put in the washing machine, so you have to wash it by hand. And sometimes you just don't want other people washing your dirty underwear. Like you want to
Right.
keep that
Yeah.
private.
Right. Yeah, but see, my thing is like when we send out our laundry, though, it's like the stuff that they must get, compare it to ours. Like, she's almost like washes the clothes before she puts them in the laundry bag.
Yeah, it's
It's
the
like
classic
what is the point of this?
clean
What
up
am
the
I
house
paying
before
for?
the cleaning lady
Yeah,
comes.
Oh,
she
we
does
always
that
do
all the
that too.
time.
Oh, we go
But,
nuts.
but think
before
about the
cleaning lady.
the laundromat must they must clean one, medical emergencies all the time. They must clean
Somebody
crimes
with blood, diarrhea all over their pants.
all over. I mean, male bodily fluids, you know, everywhere. But it's just like, so what you're given is nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Jazz, like
Ivan and Cole's underwear.
I looked at your
nothing.
face in the middle of that sentence and completely lost inspiration
Yeah.
for what I was saying.
All right, let's get another voicemail. Here we go. Here's another voicemail.
Am I done
We love
here?
these guys. Well, just let's see if you can answer this one.
Well,
I
I
just
mean-
want Violet to answer this one.
Hey,
honey,
Chrissy
let's keep
D,
your-
I need some help.
Your part out of this.
I work 2 jobs. My girl works at a veterinarian office, but you know what that means. She's great with animals, but she makes no fucking money. So, what my issue is, I've been trying to convince her to get on Feet Finder just to get some extra cash flow every week. Think it's a good idea? What should I ask her? Please help
Okay.
me. Later, bro.
To make some extra money, Jasmine found a hair. Jasmine's got a little, like
I'll take it to the lab later.
I was gonna say, you know how women have like in their purse, they have like little makeup kits, like their lipstick. She has a little portable crime scene,
I'll find you,
Forensic
bitch.
a little
Compact.
forensic compact kit that she just can analyze hairs. So what do you think of that, Jazz? She said that her girlfriend's not making enough money, and he genuinely wants to tell her to go on Feet Finder to start making some money.
That's kind of disgusting. Why doesn't he go on Feet Finder?
Well, maybe his feet are disgusting.
Some people are into that.
What about an OnlyFans? Is that a thing?
Why doesn't he do that? He can whore himself out then. If he
So
wants
I can
the
go on
money.
I can start an OnlyFans.
Like I said before, you can do whatever you want.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because I really just want you to go and like fuck up somehow. I keep cursing.
Don't curse in front of my daughter.
Earmuffs.
I can't believe you don't care about me anymore.
I love you. I do care about you. Oh, she's gonna. Hold
Okay.
on, mommy. Don't hold on to that part.
I don't
okay?
think she should go on Feet Finder.
No, that's mean.
I think if anything, if you're going to go for it, go for OnlyFans or start doing porn. I think like
100%.
that's where the money is, and that's what I think is. Feet Finder is there's I don't think there's enough money there.
Is he just looking for a way to ask her? Is that what the question is?
I think maybe a way to add some additional income.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, dude, is if you ask, you can't ask her to be on Feet Finder if you also don't offer to be a part of the content. You know, you got to be like, all right, you'll be on Feet Finder, but it'll be my feet too or something. Or, I don't know. It has to be a couples thing, right? You can't just be like, listen, you make dog shit because you're a nice person
I've
that
heard
has
of that. I
a
had a
job with
friend-
animals.
I had a friend that actually like him and his wife would like make like videos and go on like online like live things and do stuff for people.
Oh,
to
yeah.
make extra money.
Really?
No, that's
Yeah.
big. You've never done that or never seen the webcam stuff? Roses roses.
Oh
for
yeah,
whatever.
roses. Okay, yeah, but in a husband and wife.
Excuse me? What do
Huh?
you mean? Oh yeah, like
No, Joey Roses. Joey Roses.
Sandwiches.
But I
Also
think
the beefy.
I also with this guy, I'm like, I love you, but it's also like, I mean, dude, you're working 2 jobs. One of those jobs has to suck worse than the vet office. Like, what jobs are you doing that you can't get by? That you got 2 jobs. Where are you living? That you got 2 jobs and she's working in a vet's office and you can't get by and you got to get her feet pics. What are you guys doing with your extra money? What the hell is going on? Where do you live? Hong Kong? It's very expensive there. But I think Feet Finder is, honestly, I don't think Feet Finder is the right move. I think if you want to just, if you want.
how much are you really gonna make from Feet Finder?
I don't know.
Depends if you
Do
really
you
take
make good
off.
money?
You on Feet Finder, I can't. You're honestly one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Your feet, you look like you have feet like Princess Fiona from Shrek. Your
This
feet.
is why I don't come on this.
No,
stupid
seriously, your
podcast.
feet. Like if we just zoomed in on your feet, like I would.
Don't.
No, you literally. It looks like your feet are.
Chris, you shouldn't be talking.
No, you look like a Flintstone. That's what your feet are like. But then you're beautiful from the ankles up. I've never met a more beautiful woman. But your actual 10 toes and feet are crazy.
so wide.
You literally look like a
Why are
Flintstone.
my feet so
Look,
wide?
you have feet like Barney Rubble.
No. All right, relax.
Sorry, I'm on fire. The lucrative world of high-paying foot models. The highest paid foot models on Feet Finder make an average of $250,000 a year. I changed my mind, sir. Get her on Feet Finder. Take Jessica, whose dainty size 5 feet and fire engine red nail polish have gained her over 1,000 followers. Or Mark, a male model whose impressive size 13s appeal to those seeking a king of the jungle vibe.
Oh.
There you go. I like it. Okay, so
Let's put yours up. Let's see what you get.
I bet if you labeled them Chris Distefano's feet, you'd probably make $250,000 a year.
the problem is
You can get money so people can they think it'll help you.
The problem is
Like a podiatrist.
I've taken my socks. I've basically given these feet for free for so often that like you don't have to pay for it because my feet are all over the internet. I've taken my shoe and sock off like 100 times. Okay.
Oh, I just remembered when you were wearing the heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have
They didn't look so
a
bad,
parent of
though,
the
in
week
heels.
this week?
We do have a parent of the week.
Okay, let's do our parent of the week.
She's a previous parent, or her mother was a parent of the week.
Her mother was a parent of the week, and now she's a POW parent of the week. Gave her ex heads up on baby news.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard, remember?
Gypsy Rose Blanchard from
Got her mom killed.
got her mom killed. And what is the new? What did she do?
So I guess she did a debatably courteous move by letting her ex-husband know, who she may still be married to, that she is pregnant with her current boyfriend's baby.
Hello, everybody. Let me tell you something. Life can be crazy sometimes, and one person's negligence can result in another's settlement. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. Let me tell you something. Morgan & Morgan, it is America's largest injury firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers. That's a lot of avocados. With over $20 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan, it's super easy. It really is super easy, okay? I'm telling you, digesting Mexican food is hard. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. Trying to put my daughter's curly hair up in a ponytail is hard. Admitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. So if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan, and their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/chaos or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/chaos or pound law 529 from your cell phone. This is a paid advertisement. Prize Picks, baby, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every damn week. From lowering select player stat projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays, Prize Picks got you. And it is now in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Good states. Here's the thing. Here's all you got to do is download the Prize Picks apps today, Prize Picks app today, and use code CHAOS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's code CHAOS on Prize Picks for a deposit match of up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Go do it. All right. So what you might have just seen is, well, we definitely just saw is my daughter accidentally stepped on the power and knocked out the cameras, and John almost shit out one of the fishes he caught last night. He was so nervous. He looked like like a gay guy in the Rambles, like that the police just rolled up on. He was like,
that was,
yeah.
I mean, dude, there was pure unadulterated fear. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. That was a little frightening.
Was there a part of you that was like mad at my kid?
No, I mean, nobody's fault.
There was all part of you that wanted Chris to know that it was 100% his kid's fault. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that you wanted to be like, it's not me, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
It was definitely your child.
Could you imagine, like, I started screaming at my daughter, like I lost my mind. I was like, you know how much money you cost this fucking family? She's 3 years old. She's in a swimming with boogers. I'm like, you fucking asshole. I'm like, my hair's going nuts. So, like, we're never going to go to Hershey Park now.
Dude, I didn't notice how much of a quail hair you
It's just so when guys start to go nuts and their hair goes like this, it's fucking crazy. Like, you ever see like coaches when they're oh god,
that actually that's an underrated element of coaches having to wear suits is them looking like psychopaths whenever they get into the sporting moment.
Dude, I went to a St. John's game last year, and the head coach is Rick Pitino, and I was sitting right behind their bench, and some player made like a bad play, whatever, and he comes out, and you know, Rick's just like that. You see him like Steve, and then he waited till the guy was right here. Like I could see, it was like happening right in front of me. He got like almost nose to nose, and none of the cameras saw this. And he was like, "Oh, you fucking asshole!" He just Ray was like, "You fucking asshole!" And he just said it through his thing, and then the guy was like, "All right." And then Rick just like went back and started screaming at the refs. It's so funny how mad they get, dude. When they start screaming at people, it's fucking hilarious.
My coach made a huge fool of himself in college, like, you know, community college basketball games would have like 6 morons in the crowd. And so my coach would be the only one screaming in this palatial fucking field house. And our team, he got mad at us one game of just being like, dive on the ball, you can't do it, fucking watch. And then he dove into the last 5 seats on the bench and just knocked all the chairs all over the place. Then they called it just a game timeout. Like, there's no TV timeouts, of course they have to be, but they just called a game timeout because one of the chairs went onto the court. It was a huge fucking problem.
And was he just like,
he was totally not humiliated whatsoever. Just like, I stand by what I did because you guys clearly aren't making the right decision.
Dude, one time, I'll never forget, I went to Malloy High School. We were playing Zavarian High School. And one of a kid on Zavarian, his father was like, you know, like yelling the whole game, like, you know, at the team, but like being an active parent, but like, you know, yelling at us, whatever, yelling at that's a foul or what is it? You know, like that. And then, you know, there's pretty big bleachers there. And like the game, there wasn't that many people there. And then the game ended and we're like shaking hands, and like we're shaking hands here, like the bleachers are like right there, and he fell down every single step of the like completely rolled down, where his body was just like like just like it's like hitting every bleacher, and then I swear he rolled onto the court right in front of our team. I swear to God, right in front of our team, and then he was like that with his, and then like everybody was kind of like stunned, and then he just got up. Oh no, I'm sorry, he was on his stomach. He landed like on his stomach, and then he rolled over, and he got up. He went, "Good game, boys." And he walked out. And dude, and what's crazy is that 10 years later, I dated this girl, and it was her uncle. We went to like a wedding, and it was her uncle, because I would never forget this. And I said, "Do you remember that thing?" And and he went like this. "I think I do." I was like, no. You, unless you fall down the stairs like that all the time, you do. And then he was like, "Yeah, I do." And then he was like, "Man, that was embarrassing." I was like, "Yeah, it was, dude." I was like, like I'll never forget you, like at all. And it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, I'm trying to talk about it on stage a little bit because it's a jarring experience to watch an adult fall down.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're a kid, because you expect them to know how to handle their limbs.
Because like when a little kid falls, like, she'll fall down the stairs all the time. It's like, whatever. But like if an adult fell down the stairs, you would think like, do they have like a condition? Do they have a heart? Like, you can't just be you fell over your own 2 feet that you've been walking around on for 40 years.
I was
like, she's 3. I get it. She's going to fall.
Yeah. Dude, I fell playing soccer with crew the other day, and he goes, "Dad," like he didn't even say, "Are you okay?" And I fell hard. He's like, like he got the ick, like kind of like, "You're supposed to," and he told me, he's like, "Adults aren't supposed to fall, Dad.
Yeah.
Adults aren't supposed to fall down." And I was like, "Okay."
Dude, one time, Jazz, just listen to this, because it's true. One time, huh? Did I lose what?
Most of it. We just lost one. Yeah.
We lost one thing. So my dad used to have these softball games, right? Like my parents have been divorced for years, and he used to have these softball games, and like it was fun, like community softball games, and he would do it at the park, Farmers Oval, in my whole neighborhood, and we had his games. Then he would just be silly, like like throw water balloons around, throw balls around, and like he would like mess around like with us. And for some reason, he had a basketball out by like the dugout, and he went to go throw it at this kid Glenn, like just as a goof, and like hard throw it at Glenn, and Glenn wasn't looking, and Glenn wasn't looking. The ball just whizzed by and hit my mother in the back of the head. So it looked like he just fucking sailed one at his ex-wife's head.
Wow, she almost got Simon Birch.
Yeah, just fucking. Dude, every kid in the neighborhood used to call me Simon Birch. They said when I was a kid, I looked exactly like Simon Birch.
Oh my God.
If you pull up a baby picture of me, they used to call me Simon Birch to my face on the reg.
That is, I saw my dad play softball once at his company party, and he went up to bat, first swing, took a swing, sprained his ankle, and then sat on the bench eating for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Well, I think I said it on the last pod with Dan St. Germain, like when my dad used to be the umpire, and people would just shit on him and like scream at him, and he would I remember I was behind the fence one day at McCarran Park in Williamsburg, not on the field, like I could see the field, and my dad was right there watching me, and some guy was like screaming at him, and my dad is literally in the middle of getting screamed at. He just lifted up his thing, and he was like, "I hate my life." It was right at me.
I love that.
Yeah, so I kind of look like Simon Birch.
Yeah, there's
you
definitely
see it a little bit.
There's a little bit. Yeah. It's like, if your mom had like 10 drinks in pregnancy, that would have been it.
Who's this? Where's this kid doing now? Is he still? What's the real? Did Simon Birch grow up to be somebody?
Yes, is that guy alive still?
1987. Wow, I'm older than Simon Birch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ian Michael Smith.
Good kid, Ian Michael Smith. All right, folks. Well, we did we miss anything? We got POW. Thanks, guys. We know that the last couple of weeks we haven't been calling each other Roberts or you Roberts, but of course we're all Roberts here. Happy June was Robert month, so that's kind of why we stopped saying it for a little bit. But now we're back. We're back being Roberts, WAG, all that. So yeah.
Yes, and please call in 347-343-3321. thank you for subscribing. We actually just hit 400,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. And then, we had a Brendan Sagalow sighting in the beginning, and now right here we'll close it out with this clip with the Nathan's Hot Dog Challenge, our second Brendan Sagalow sighting of the day, of the episode. So that's a good episode. So there it is. Here's Sag Daddy at the Nathan's Hot Dog eating company. There he is.
In our moment of zen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, could you imagine? Oh my God. Oh. And the crowd's cheering. He's not stopping. He's still vomiting.
No. I mean, I love that they're like, all right, buddy. Like, you don't have to play through it all that much.
Oh.
Yeah, that was actually for the lemonade drinking contest.
Oh,
at
lemonade
4th of July.
drinking
Yes,
contest.
So
There you
have
go.
to chug a gallon of lemonade.
Yeah, I get it. Puke it up. All right, folks. Keep coming every week. ChristyComedy.com for everything. I got dates. I got one show in July, one show in August, one show in September, co-headlining with Sam Moreland and Mesh Patel. We're in Indiana, Hammond, Indiana. We are in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Mystic Lake, Minnesota. And then we're in Niagara Falls, ChristyComedy.com for KiWiCos. Big announcement about my special coming up soon.
Nice.
And hopefully big announcement about something else. I will never stop this podcast. I love this podcast, but I might be able to do something pretty cool pretty soon. We'll see. Mike, where can they see you?
I thought we were going out on that. MikeCannonComedy.com for dates. September, I'm hitting the road heavy, going to Chicago. I'm doing Nashville. I'm doing Las Vegas, Detroit. All fall tour with the release of my special coming out in September. Finalized date will be announced soon. Thank you, everybody.